Today we are in another session from Wise Quarter, and today we are going to learn how to take values from users. You know, when you are programming an application, most of the time you need to take values from users. Yes, for example, in a bank account, a bank application, if you want to send the money to somewhere or somebody, you need to enter the value. But of course, today we are not going to learn exact way to take a value from user in that kind of applications. Usually, this will be an example to take values from user. If you can take it by using this way, the way I am planning to explain today, if you use it to learn how to do it or to practice it, then easily you will apply it to your application. Don't worry. How do we take values from user? We use scanner class. Java created that kind of class for us to take values from user. Of course, it has a real usage too. For example, if you are planning to create an application for console-based server or program, you can use scanner to take values from user. But actually, when we think about an application, we do not use scanner class to take a value from user, but it's a good start. So let's try to use it. I will create another class for today, and we will try to understand how it works. Test03, and let's write an explaining a scanner. And that's a good description. I will create a main method, and everything is ready for now. Let's think we want to calculate sum of two numbers. We'll calculate sum of two numbers. What do we need? We need to take two values from user, and a computer will calculate the sum of those numbers. If you want to take a value from user, first you need to enable that feature of the Java. I mean, you need to import scanner class. You need to create a scanner object. Scanner, scan, new scanner. Don't worry about this part. For now, it's not important. But if you are planning to take a value from user, you need to write this. To take a value from user, we need this. We are going to write it only once, so don't worry. We are not going to write it a lot of times. One is enough. So in the previous lesson, we have learned data types. So let's inform user that we are expecting a number. I will use south command to print a line, a sentence, and explaining on the console. Please enter a number. So user will enter a number, and user will press enter. And we need to receive that number. Of course, here we will use scanner class, the scan object we have created. Integer, I will write first number, the name of the data, and I will take it from the user. Scanner next int. I am planning to take an integer from user, so I have written the object I have created dot, and I am planning to take the next integer user enters here, and it will be saved under the first number. Whatever user enters will be saved, registered, saved, stored, whatever you say, under save it here. The name will be first number. For example, user enters 15 here. From this point on, whenever I say first number, it will be 15. Okay, user entered the first number. We need two numbers, right? So let's inform user that we need another number. South, please enter second number. And user will enter second number. Let's create the stage for the second number. Integer, second number. I have created a place to save the number user enters. How do we say it? Scan next int. Second number will be saved as second number, of course. Okay, we are ready. We have taken the required numbers from user. The next step is math, of course. So I want to print the result of this. There's two numbers. Sum of two numbers is, and then this is the explaining part, and this sum of two numbers should be written here. Before writing it, let's calculate it. Integer sum of two numbers. I have created another place to calculate the sum of two numbers. First number, it will be equal to first number plus second number. And here, this is the sum. I need to print it here. After the explaining, the sum should be there. Sum of two numbers. As you can see, names are same. And whatever the number is here, calculated by using this calculation, and it will be stored here, and I will print it here. Let's see how it works. I hope it works. If it does not, we will try to explain. And there's a mistake here. We have forgotten to enter semicolon here, as you can see. It is expecting to see this one here, as it is told here. It is shown here. And after fixing the problem, let's rerun it. Here, it asks for the first number. I will start with the easy one, 10. Now it asks for the second number, 20. Sum of two numbers is 30. Oh, voila! We did it, guys. We can take values from user by using the scanner class. Okay. Now I want to store, for example, a name. Let's take text value from user, for example, a name. So what we need to inform, first we need to inform the user that we are expecting a value. For example, please enter your name. User should enter the name, Ahmed, for example. You know, to store text values, we need a data type. We need to create a variable. To store text values, the data type will be string. Name, for example, this is the name of the variable. And I want to take it from user. Okay, voila, we can. Again, I will use the scan object I have created at the first line. Dot. This time, instead of a number, I expect to receive a name. If you want to receive a text value, you should use next or next line. I'm not going to talk about them. For now, we can use both of them. They works very similar. They have differences, of course, but for now, that's okay. Okay, we have the name. If you want to take the surname too, if you want to also take the surname, of course, we need to inform the user first. Then we need to store the surname. So let's inform user. Please enter your last name. I will create another variable, string. I'm planning to store a string, so a text value, so it should be the data type should be string. Last name. Okay, same thing. After this message, the cursor will wait there for us to enter a name. It will be stored here. And then after we press enter, the system will ask for the last name, and we will enter the last name, and it will be stored here. For example, if I enter Michael here, whenever I call the name from now on, it will be Michael. And for the last name, if I enter Brown, from now on, this variable's value will be Brown. Let's use them. So I want to write an explaining here. Your name is. Then I will add first name, then I will add a space and the last name. Let's use the name. You know, this is the name of name of the name. Sorry. When I call a name, it will be Michael. So I will write name here. After the name, I want to add a space. When you want to enter text value, even it's a space, you should write it between double quotes. Then I want to enter the last name. This will print your name is, then whatever name I have entered here will be displayed here. And then it will leave a space. Then the last name will be printed. Okay, let's run it. But first, we need to calculate the sum of the numbers. Then we will enter the names, because we created the code that way. First name, first number is 5. The second number is, I will make it hard this time, 9. And the sum is 14. It seems right. Okay, it's acceptable. Now it asks for my name. I will write Ahmed. For the last name, I want to write Black. As you can see, I have only entered the name and surname. And as you can see, the design I have created here worked like magic. This is a great code, guys, and it is working. You know, the best code is working code. If it runs, it's the best one. And this is the explaining part. Your name is space and space here. As you can see, this part exactly it is like this. Then the name is Ahmed. After the Ahmed, if I write Michael, it will be Michael. After the name, there will be a space. Here it is. Then the last name, whatever I have entered here, will be printed. Okay, it seems like it's working. We can, of course, take out of different values. If you want to take, for example, a number with decimals, the data type will be different. That's the only difference between them. Instead of integer, you need to enter, for example, a double if you want to store decimal units. With integers, you need to you can only store whole numbers. If it has a decimal unit, this data type cannot store it. But it is not like it's not like that for a string data type. Whatever it is, it will be saved here. But I strongly advise you to enter 2 names here instead of 1. A person can have more than 1 name, right? So try it, and I think you will understand what I mean. I mean, the difference between next and next line will appear there. And then try next line instead of next method here to see the difference. Okay, thank you very much. That's all for today. And I hope to see you on next Friday. Good night.